Sorry this is about a week late, but I've been elbow deep in the new Nightmare raid mode and just plain forgot to do the Hall of Trials video, so here is the way to tackle Archdemon Mercedes this week. In this fight, you specifically cannot use any fire units. Their damage is reduced by 75%, so they basically turned that off. You need to maintain buff block to get the 75% damage boost, and if there's a knight anywhere on the team, you get a 30% boost to your attack and health. So this is our natural go-to two-man team. Cerise supplies a buff block on her S2 skill. I put her on Song of Stars for extra damage. Hindsight being 2020, I could have turned her imprint off and made the build on Charles a little bit easier. For Charles, I put him on the Hall of Trials artifact. You want to make sure he's on his S1 EE, so you've got that extra chance for his slash to proc into smash for the double hits, and put him on your best rage set. Now, it's a little bit tough to survive without a healer. If you drop Song of Stars and put Bloodstone on Cerise, you probably have a team that might be able to push all the way to the end. Now at the start, you will get hit with a stun. If the stun sticks, restart. It's only got a 50% chance to stick, I believe, so just keep restarting until nobody gets stunned and you're ready to move forward. Cerise is built on your fastest speed gear, so she'll take the first turn by a big margin. Use your S3 to put the slow debuff on, and then go right into an S2 to put the buff block on. Charles, if Charles laps, and he may or may not lap depending on your speed differential, if he laps, use your S3 to put attack buff up, and that should push phase. If he doesn't lap, Cerise does her S1, and then Charles does his S3. Now it's just a matter of trying to get these dual attacks to proc slash into smash. It's only a 25% chance, so you'll be fighting for it. Occasionally you'll have to use Cerise's S3 because her dual attacks will only happen when her S3 is on cooldown. This slash into smash right here is what you're looking for. That's where you're going to get all of your extra points. I think you need to get at least 2, ideally 3 slash into smashes to get a high enough score to safely progress to the next phase and guarantee a Dagger Sicar score. There's my second one, and that got me to 4 million, and that's pretty safe. I got a third one, that'll get me almost to 5 million, no, over 5 million, and that's very safe. 9 million is our target. I think as long as you're above 4 million, you've got this in the bag. Now, I did get stunned in the beginning of the second phase. That's unfortunate, but we'll still be able to move forward. You want to push this phase as quickly as possible, especially since you have no healer. If you're running Bloodstone, this is a lot safer, but you do lose the target damage. Yikes, so I've taken a lot of damage. I'm going to go ahead and put the buff block on. The buff block is on there for 2 reasons. One, it keeps the ads from putting immunity on her, and also it gives me extra damage so that I can push phase quicker. Cerise cycles that buff block so quickly you don't really have to worry about not having access to it. As you can see, it'll be ready her next turn. So I go ahead and push phase as quickly as I can, and in fact that pushes phase right there. Cerise's S2 will be ready, so I'm going to go ahead and use the S3 first to get the dual attacks up and running, because buff block is already in place. It stayed on there from the last fight. Having a 2-turn cooldown on the buff block is really nice. I don't have to use it at all. I can just go straight into dual attacking and try to get those slash into smash procs. 25% sure doesn't feel like a lot right now.
I'll show you how it's done.
Come on, Charles, wake up.
I didn't want to have to do this, but it seems I have no choice. I will not just stand by and watch.
I'll help.
For the future of Sidonia.
Just one. All I need is one.
Watch and learn.
Hey, there we go. Okay, so this was a really bad run. I only got 2 slash into smashes in phase 1, and I only got 1 in phase 2, and even that was still enough to push Dagger Sicar levels. That's 9 million is the goal, that's 9.8 million. I have another fight recorded where I ran 2 other units to increase my damage output and stabilize the team a little bit, and that's what resulted in my high score. But there's no free unequip this week, and it took a lot of gear to make those units happen, so just stick with this safe team. It's pretty easy and straightforward. If you're struggling with this team, shoot me a message in the comment section and I'll try to go over the details of the high score team. Though without free unequip, I think it's just a waste of time. This is a pretty clean and stable team, especially if you run Bloodstone, and should be able to get your Dagger Sicar knocked out. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Have a great one, guys.